Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
All right. Who's the dude with the Stones shirt on there in the car? Well, it's Jason Wahler, and he is a rock star in his own right. Actually, an actor and a speaker, and he does so much. Jason, how are you?
I'm doing really well. How are you guys doing?
Doing well. I love these interviews that are live from the car. It's great. It's great, great acoustics. It's nice and quiet.
I know when you got a 3-year-old at home, you got to kind of take what you get, right?
I hear you.
Jason's got quite a story in his own right. We're going to talk about Birdwell Foundation, which is near and dear to his heart. They're compassionate. They help support all those who suffer PTSD, not only veterans, but first responders. But first, Jason, I saw this quote on your Facebook page, I think, and I loved it. I want to remind you, I think it was from yesterday. Okay. Prayer for the day. God, show me how to take who I am, who I want to be, and what I can do and use it for a purpose greater than myself. I don't know if you stole that or not, but that's beauty. That's beautiful right there.
I appreciate that. No, I basically do a morning devotional every day, but I have daily devotionals that I read, and then I basically take what I read and then combine them into a prayer for the day for Instagram. That I actually do a thing that's tangible, which I create an action for the day as well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's very encouraging. I appreciate you doing that. And before we get into to Birdwell, you we talked a little bit about you not being in LA anymore. You're there in Laguna Beach, and you talk about your overcoming of alcohol and more. And it's quite a story, and folks can follow you and find out more. It's a pretty amazing story. We're glad you're on the other side of it. And what do you think the key is at this point? You've been on the other side of it for a while. Is it connections for you? Other people that are stronger? What is it?
Well, I mean, number one is honesty and a connection with God are the two key pillars for me. But if I were to summarize how I stay sober is through foundation, having a solid foundation, core people that I surround myself with, people that not only help support me, but I can do the same for them. Fellowship, there's the longest living study at Harvard around happiness, and that's through human connection. So it's surrounding myself with really good people. Being of service is a big component. Every day, I really live by the mantra of do something nice for somebody and don't get caught. And then I'm very connected with God. Every single morning, I pray. I try to get into the Word as much as I possibly can. And exercise, and also eating healthy. I mean, it's really come down to a routine for me. But recovery and living a life sober, it's not for people that want it. It's not for people that need it. It's for people that will do anything to have it. And it's changing the lifestyle completely. And like you said, I had to get out of LA. I had to change my people, places, and things. But again, it comes down to the number one things was surrender, honesty, and God.
Man, good on you. Good on you.
Jason, you mentioned fellowship being such an important part, and in this COVID world that we live in, fellowship has taken on a different look, and we're not able to be as close around people as we normally have. How has that affected you at all, or how are you dealing with it?
Well, I mean, let's on that note. I mean, we're really with the pandemic. We have a pandemic within the pandemic. I mean, people don't really realize how many people are dying from substance abuse, mental health, overdoses. There's actually been more people that have died due to that than actually COVID itself. And the human connection. I mean, we're social beings, right? So it's so important that we stay connected. But for me, it hasn't really impacted me. Thank God, I have a huge family and core mentors that I connect with on a daily basis. We made sure we were safe, we were mindful, but even during all this, I get together with my mentors a few times a week. And obviously I'm very connected with my family. So it's, but I know there's a lot of people that have been struggling with it. A lot of people out there are hurting.
Jason Wahler's in the car. They were talking to him. He's en route, and he's a husband, father, and an actor, and he's connected with Birdwell Foundation. Let's go ahead and segue, Jason. Birdwell Foundation, very compassionate in helping and supporting those with PTSD, veterans and first responders. How'd you get hooked up with those guys? And kind of long and short, what do they do?
Well, so long story short is actually a friend of mine who knows I'm very connected. So I actually am on a couple different boards out here in California, one being the Los Angeles Mission. And also I'm on I co-chair the Red Songbird Foundation. And basically got connected with a buddy of mine who was explaining to me, because he knows at the LA Mission, we do a lot of stuff with homeless and veterans. And he goes, you got to meet these people at the Birdwell Foundation to hear what it is that they're doing, because I think it's going to align and be very synergistic with what it is you're doing. And when I heard the work that they're doing, actually taking combat veterans and going out into the field and connecting with other veterans and first responders that are struggling, that have gone through PTSD, and to have that connection, right? To have that human connection, that relatability, and the work they're doing, the programs that they offer. It was just right in line. And again, another program that's connected with God, and God's working through them and doing the work. It was just something that was phenomenal. And for me, for people that are so freely risking their lives every single day for us to live the lives that we have, they should be the last people that are hurting in my books. And I mean, just veterans and people that fought for our country, and to see people that, the police officers and the firefighters and the paramedics, the doctors, whoever it may be that they're working with, it's there needs to be more causes like this.
Now, as you've worked with Birdwell and you've learned more about them, is there anything that kind of has surprised you, or just made you go, wow, I never realized this group of people might suffer from PTSD or have these issues? Anything that has opened your eyes?
Honestly, I mean, I've been so aware of the people that have been affected by this, working in substance abuse and mental health for the last 11 years. I mean, it affects every single person. And I mean, I think, I think just as a public knowledge thing, I think people don't realize how much, like police officers and paramedics, and I mean, every single one of them. I mean, people I think would understand that, combat vets and people in the Army and the military and stuff would obviously experience that. But even the first responders, the stuff that they see, the crimes and the scenes that the police officers pull up to, and the things that they interact on a daily basis, it really impacts your psyche. And it can really, really change that. Especially it can change your day-to-day living if it's not addressed and treated properly. So I personally have been very aware of all this stuff, and I think that's the problem, is it's not so publicly known,
right?
And we need to make it more aware of what they go through. Like, again, it's just not to get into any political stuff, but like, as people are talking about defunding the police and the different things, I think that they need to really add more funds to it, because they need more therapies, they need more PTSD treatments, they need more help because of the stuff that they go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you, my next question, because of the climate that we're in now. We've seen an elevation of, I mean, they were already stressed. There was a report out last week that Atlanta police officers, the morale is, it's down.
All-time low.
Yeah, all-time low. We changed police chiefs, rioting in the streets. I mean, it's everywhere. But, the police, those that have served us, that have been faithful to us, they're worn out, they're tired, they're disappointed because nobody will stand behind them. I got to believe that there are going to be more now because of this, and after this, that Birdwell Foundation can help. How can the average person help Birdwell? How can they get connected, and what can they do?
I mean, basically, it would be amazing for you guys to go to the Birdwell Foundation website, check them out, see what it is they do. And then any form of contribution, even just posting about it, making it, bringing awareness to it, would be very helpful. But I mean, I would love for you guys to get educated yourselves, to see the work that they're doing, because I think it will touch your heart when you read it, and get more familiar with it. And just anything that you feel like you want to contribute, whether it's your time, some finances, whatever it may be, we would gladly accept that.
Jason Wahler, father, husband, actor, you name it, he does it. So what's next on your to-do list here? What's coming up that we can watch you in and see you in?
Yeah, so right now we are about to start shooting again. The Hills is back, season 2. We went on hiatus due to COVID, but we will be back July 20th starting to shoot. So that's what we're going to be doing. That will be coming out probably about 6 months from now. So we'll keep you guys posted on that.
Yeah.
and then just doing a ton of education around substance abuse and mental health, and trying to give people hope, and letting them know there's a better way, and that life is beautiful and absolutely worth living.
Mm-hmm.
Jason, thank you so much for leading the charge, if you will, not only for Birdwell, but in the personal challenges that you've had. You are a city on a hill, and you're not hidden. So we're going to be praying for you. And we're pretty excited about watching you on the TV.
On the TV.
On the tube. I'm almost 60. I got to say that. So, but we appreciate your service. Blessings to your family. JasonWahler.com is a great website, and we'll give you more details about Birdwell and how you can watch Jason, as he just mentioned. Hey, we got to take a break. Jason, we'll talk to you soon. I'm Rick.
God bless you guys.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live.